I like watching the young people come in because they're looking at me wearing pair of boots that I bought in 1989. And they're like, I want that.
This is Grounded in Granite, where every person and every place has a story to tell. I'm Jason Schreiber. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Grounded in Granite. So I'm in Laconia, New Hampshire at Dobbs Cobbler shop. Very unusual shop. We don't have a lot of shoe repair shops in New Hampshire today. So I'm here with the owner, Jim Daubenspeck, and his son, Nate. So they run this place. And so I think we'll have kind of some history lessons in shoe repair, the cobbler business, and the history here, because you've been here. Well, the shop has been here in Laconia since 1980. You purchased it in 2011, and they got a lot of shoes. So you guys have got a busy day ahead of you here. It looks like you got plenty of shoes to, are all these shoes behind us and all around? Are these shoes you've been working on and customer shoes that need repairs? When I learned about your cobbler shop, I just was kind of thinking, geez, I didn't realize we even had many shoe repair shops in New Hampshire. And there's a handful, maybe five.
We've got 5, 6 shops.
5 or 6. Okay. Because I just assume, oh, people just, our society today is if it's broken, you throw it away and get a new one. But that's not the case, because some people probably have very expensive shoes and they want to get them fixed. So I see a lot of the boots and things like that. So Jim, do you want to kind of share how you got into the business and what you're doing here?
So years after doing sales throughout the state of New Hampshire and all over New England, I was just looking for a way out.
And this was it. Huh?
And all of a sudden I was driving through Vermont, and I looked over and there was a shoe repair shop. And I'm like, Dusty Road Shoe Repair. And I've got to check this out. That was the guy's name, Dusty Rhodes.
Okay.
And stopped in, talked to him, worked with him for a few days just to see, is this something that I would be interested in, and absolutely fell in love with it right off the bat. So I wound up growing up in Ohio, and my dad was into leathercraft and very artistic, but he would make wallets and keychains and belts, and he could fix anything. So growing up, I learned to fix anything and was doing that type of stuff myself. In the Navy, I was tooling leather on the back of an airplane when we were bored, or in an alert cycle, and just sit there and mess around with the craft, and never thought about having my own business at that point. But all of a sudden, it made sense. And that's where I got started. So I wound up, I looked around, I educated myself on everything, and stopped into LaBelle's Shoe Repair, which was over on Main Street in Laconia, and that's the business I bought. 1980, Bob LaBelle came over here to Laconia from Franklin, because there were 11 cobblers in Franklin.
There were 11 cobblers in Franklin, New Hampshire. Wow, that's crazy.
So he came here, worked with bootleggers, set up his own shop a few years later, had a wonderful business, put his kids through college, did everything. He had sold the business 8 years prior to Janice Boudreau, and Janice is who I bought the business from. So it was great opportunity. Ran the shop for a few years, and then we purchased this building on Canal Street, about 100 yards from where we had started.
And when was that?
That was 2014.
Okay.
And came in, just did it.
Yeah. So what did it take did you basically just pick up where they left off, or have you made changes to the business? Is it pretty much the same?
Everything changed.
Oh, and the name, starting with the name.
Well, it started where woman I bought the business from stuck around for a couple months to make sure that everything was right.
Yeah.
That I had a decent pass down of how the business was running. And she still had a couple of the people there, Bob LaBelle and Mark Emery, were still here doing stuff. my whole objective was to have a business and give me an exit strategy years down the road. And then owner of the company I was working for found out about it and said, ditch the shop or ditch your job.
Oh.
I said, see you later.
Oh.
So went from making a decent living to eating the eggs that our chickens gave us and grinding wheat and doing everything else. And we made it. We had 3 adult kids or, well, teenage kids. And my wife was at home homeschooling them. So we just worked hard and worked harder and worked harder, and failure was never an option. So,
What were you doing for sales?
I
It
was
wasn't
selling automotive chemicals.
okay. So it wasn't in the shoe
chemicals.
business.
No,
No.
not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
No experience in the shoe business at all.
Before you took this over, you had
Right.
no experience.
I just wanted to learn, and I knew that it was something I could do.
Wow. That's a lot to take on if you're not so how did you learn? How did you teach yourself?
Bob LaBelle was old time
Okay.
and
So
great guy.
yeah.
He just had the attitude, knowledge is power.
Okay.
And as long as he had the knowledge, he had the power in the shop.
Hmm.
And one day he quit and it kind of hamstrung us. So I literally went back to the basics. And I want to say I was 10, 12 weeks out on work. Somebody would drop off a pair of high heels. It was going to be 10 or 12 weeks until I got done. So I came in early, worked late, learned every job, only took in certain jobs until I could figure them out and perfect that. And had Nate with me at 12 years old. He was shining shoes.
You were 12 years old, working shining shoes?
I think I was 11.
11? Wow. You probably, my guess is none of your friends are working in the shoe repair business.
No. All different trades and what.
Yeah.
And
Shoe repair is not.
We've had 1 or 2 of his friends come in and work
help
with us
out
for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's not, not a typical profession that.
No.
A younger, well, I don't know. Maybe are there young people going into shoe repair that you?
Yes.
They are. Okay.
There are, and industry wise, 1980 when Bob LaBelle started the shop, there were 75,000 cobblers in the United States. Like I said, 11 in Franklin, New Hampshire alone. So today they're less than 3,000.
Wow.
At the time of COVID, there were probably about 3,800 to 4,000. And then it wasn't as much death from COVID and things like that. It was a shutdown business because we weren't allowed to work. So a lot of those places just, okay, if I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire now.
Right.
And they did it. We did lose some to illnesses and things like that, but it wasn't, I don't think it was anything more than we normally would have lost.
And now, that's a drastic reduction.
Wow. Reduction.
Yeah.
But what you'll see is families are bringing in their young people. Years ago, I went down to St. Lucia and helped train 10 young people to be cobblers for a place down there. A young lady had won Entrepreneur of the Year, won a grant, and she was looking for someone to come train her people. Somebody had to do it. It was me.
Yeah.
But after that, we had 2 or 3 people come in here and we trained. Now, like I say, we bring somebody in, I just hand them over to Nate, and I'm there for advisement. But Nate's a better cobbler than I am today.
Wow.
So
good.
26 years old.
Yeah. That's awesome. So explain what exactly, like what kind of repairs you making? What kind of shoes are you working on? What do you have going on here?
We're working on anything and everything.
Okay.
Prior to COVID, we did several ladies' high heels a day. We did men's heels. COVID just tried to kill every business out there with the shutdown. So the one thing that happened with us is we had purchased it's called a bladder press. And what it does, it allows us to put cupped soles on hiking boots and shoes. They just haven't come out with products for the shoes yet. And we had a little extra time. We started messing around with those during COVID because we had nothing else to do.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we got in contact with Oslo Hiking Boots. President of Oslo came down here, or Oslo, USA. He came down here, met with us, put us on his list for authorized repair centers. And we started doing cup soles on his hiking boots, or their hiking boots. We then got Zomberlin. Nate and I went to Germany 2.5 years ago and trained with Meindl and Loa in their factories.
Wow.
We got to go over there, spend 10 days. We had a blast. We learned so much.
That's awesome. Wow. So the big companies you do.
We do warranty repairs for them.
Okay.
We're the only authorized repair center for probably about 8 companies, and in the U.S. We've just started messing around with some international shipping and things like that, but I don't think we're going to pursue that. It just brings in a whole new line of problems, and we're busy as it is right now.
Yeah, so business is going great. And what are the most common repairs that you see?
Resoling on hiking boots is probably our number one at the moment.
Really? Okay.
So it's repairing all the hydrolysis where the polyurethane falls apart, starts to dry and crumble. So we have the original equipment soles, the rands, which is that rubber belt that goes around the bottom of the shoe where the sole attaches.
Okay.
Speed lace hooks, zippers, small things like that on those boots. Those tend to be our number one jobs.
And your customers, where are they? They're coming from
everywhere,
all over the place.
Actually, foot traffic, no pun intended, has dropped tremendously since COVID. Just people quit dressing up.
Yeah.
A banker's wearing jeans and a collared shirt, no more ties. They're wearing loafers or the new sneakers. The sneaker is a new loafer. With no one dressing up, all of that's gone away.
It's very interesting because I had an episode a few months ago on New Hampshire's oldest dry cleaner, and he talked about just during COVID and post-COVID, people don't dress, with more people working from home, they're not, they don't have the, the business clothing and stuff that they used to rely on. So that's been changing, and it's just interesting to hear, even in the shoe industry, how those changes you see. Yeah. Huh.
And if we were to relocate the business for retail, I think that we would try to be right next door to sanitary dry cleaners here in town, because it's something that if you're going to get your shirts pressed or your pants pressed, dry clean, you're probably wearing decent shoes as well.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Be a good idea to be right there with someone like that.
Right. So people generally, they're sending their stuff. They send it to you and you repair it, and then
I came in. Monday is our day off.
Okay.
The boys are in here typically working, just trying to get caught up. Okay. I came in yesterday for 1.5, 2 hours, and I was unloading boxes, labeling shoes, taking the trash out, doing everything so we could do that. But I want to say yesterday alone, we had 11 boxes of boots.
Really?
And that's Alaska. We've got Hawaii, we've got Florida, we've got Minnesota, Montana, you name it. Some things from almost everywhere here in the United States.
We had someone come from Australia at one point.
Australia?
Yes.
Drop off a pair of boots so he could fly down to the bottom of the Appalachian Trail, hike his way up, and at the halfway point, we mailed his pair of boots to him. So we had that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That was probably the furthest, other than a couple of FDOs from Korea.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So obviously, either for some people, the shoe, they want to get it fixed because it has
a lot of sentiment.
Sentimental value. Others, they're very expensive shoes, so they want to get them fixed. So these aren't people who are just, I mean, because the cost to repair it, I mean, in some cases, probably more than if you bought a new pair in some cases, I assume.
So resoling for us right now starts at about $175. We may have a few jobs like Dansko shoes. We may do boat soles on boat shoes, things like that. That can be closer to $100, $125. Birkenstocks, we do a lot of those.
Oh, okay.
I want to say that's the cheapest resoling at $99. But we really just, it's the materials cost so much.
Right.
The labor hasn't changed. Matter of fact, I think we just raised prices 4 weeks ago, first time in months, because our suppliers started raising prices, and it was a significant increase on the cost of the soles from Italy and Germany. So as soon as that hit us, we had to go up, and we just mirrored the cost that it went up on us. We haven't changed our labor cost probably 4 or 5 years.
And what do you enjoy at, we'll start with Jim. What do you enjoy about this line of work? I mean, obviously this was a career path that you kind of needed at that point in your life, but what?
I love the people.
Yeah.
I'm a talker. I'm a salesman. I don't want to be a salesman in this, so I'd rather educate people on their footwear. I like watching the young people come in because they're looking at me wearing a pair of boots that I bought in 1989, and they're like, I want that.
Are you wearing those?
No, right now I'm wearing some
1989.
Right. I've got my cowboy boots that I wear 2-3 times a week here in the shop.
Yeah.
And I'll wear them this weekend when we go to the rodeo.
Yeah.
Over in Sandwich. But
okay.
Yeah, young people see that. They want the sustainability. They want something that they can keep forever. I want to say the boots I'm wearing right now are 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
But
that's not 1989. I want to see those.
That's not 1989. I'll show you those boots
I want to see those things. And Nate, what about you? What do you enjoy as a young person getting into the profession?
Usually the satisfaction of getting the shoes finished. Taking it from something that's destroyed, usually a sentimental pair of boots.
Right.
People that have hiked mountains with their father before he passed and whatnot, or it has some sort of memory. So being able to restore those is probably the biggest satisfaction that I get from it.
Are there can you share any stories where, someone was just so, where they had such sentimental value and their reaction getting it back? I don't know if you can think of anything over the years where
not off the top of my head, but we have gotten a fair few like letters sent back, just thank you cards saying, hey, you did excellent work. We really appreciate that.
Yeah.
These boots meant so much to me. They were my dad's and now I can wear them or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing that you have to look at, there's nothing more comfortable than an old shoe. All we're doing is putting a new sole on it. It may be stiff for a day or two, but for the most part, the upper is still in great shape. Otherwise, we wouldn't, if the upper was totally falling apart, we would probably recommend that they get new shoes. But that old shoe, it feels good.
Yeah. Are there some that you get that are just basically just so shredded that you have to tell them this ain't gonna work?
Yes.
Yeah.
So and Bob LaBelle used to say, "You deserve a new pair of shoes."
Oh, that's what that was a line he used.
Use that line.
What do you see as the future for for Cobblers? I mean, it sounds like you're busy. I mean, you're busy
right.
Here,
we're very busy.
You're obviously hoping to continue on, and
I'm waiting for Nate to walk in and say, "Dad, you're fired."
But
I'm trying to get fired.
Do you hope someday he'll?
That that's
continue
where
on.
we would like to go.
Yeah.
That's why we've built the business where we have.
Yeah.
And if that works, he's 26 years old. He may change his mind someday.
Yeah.
And either way, it's a business that he can support himself. He can support his family. My daughter owns a frame shop right up the street, and she's just killing it herself, doing well. And there are opportunities out there. And be quite honest, AI is not going to take over shoe repair.
No, well, and that's the thing. I mean, people are trying to look at, career paths that AI cannot steal.
Right.
So yeah, so this is good.
In the craftsmanship, there's a lot of satisfaction, like Nate said. You take something old and make it new again.
Yeah. So when you were, well, you say about 11, when you start, did you have much of an interest at a young age, or was this sort of dad's like?
It was sort of dad going, hey, I need help with this. With the homeschooling.
You didn't have much choice.
Yeah. It's not child labor if it's your own child,
no,
right?
Right.
Yeah. So what was it? We would start shining shoes, doing heels, cleaning up the shop, cleaning machines, doing little things like that. And then slowly progressing, going, hey, try this, try this, try this. And then slowly stepping it up, getting into the resoles of leather shoes and cowboy boots, which is probably the most satisfying completed work. Now it's just, that takes so much longer than the hiking boots or whatever.
Yeah. How long does it take to resole a shoe?
It could be 5 minutes or 2 hours.
Okay.
It could be just all over the board, depending how in depth we're getting, what all we're replacing, and you don't always know until you tear it apart. Once you get the sole off, then you might see the insole is completely shredded. You might find there's rips in the liners, different seams, or someone neglects to look at a certain item on the job, and then you have to repair that or replace the weld. So it varies.
What's the worst shoe to repair? It's just hard for whatever reason.
Blundstone.
They're very popular. People are committed to them. So, and their cost is, right there where people are willing to repair them. But what we find is, as you tear them apart, that's where you find all of the problems. You used to be high heels. You charge a few dollars, $12, $15. Now I think it's up to $20 to replace the heel tips on high heels. But you would get into that. You pull the heels out, you put the new ones on, trim them, and it's out the door. It's a moneymaker. You wind up walking into that job today, and all of a sudden the person had walked on heels after the heel tip came off. They've driven it down. The impact that goes onto a lady's high heel, even for a 110-pound lady, is like a jackhammer. It's you're really putting all that weight right into the bottom of a little bit of heel. And then we have to drill them out. We have to repair this. One's shorter than the other, so you have to balance them.
Oh my gosh. Right.
Like I say, every job is different. And every job can be a challenge.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine that. Is there a shoe that is the most enjoyable? The easiest
I'm
to
gonna
work
throw
on?
that one at you, Nate.
Is there that's really easy to resole, or if you can't, it doesn't matter.
I mean, there's easier in the sense of a dress shoe. You would have a Alden, Allen Edmond, maybe a Red Wing Heritage boot, something like that.
Even the
Thursday
Dexters
boots.
that Buck Malavolti sent.
Yeah. Those usually, as long as they're in the right condition, you can usually have them just work flawlessly. And that's if every star aligns, usually fairly quick.
Yeah. And so the equipment that you use, what can you give a sort of quick sort of explanation of how it works, what you got for equipment?
So we've got everything. I don't know if you saw the video the other day on our social media, but our outsole stitcher was built in 1949. It's a beast, and it works every day in here. We have a sole press that's probably 2 years old since we put it into work. So around the shop, we've got tools that are 100 years old. We've got things that were built in the 60s and 70s. Everything's old, and the older it is, usually the more reliable it is. But you still have to keep up with it. You've got to oil it. You've got to clean it. You've got to figure out how to make the new materials work with it. So we've got a lot of different equipment, and just working on sewing machines. We had a friend come in the other day to help us. He used to be a sewing machine repairman for home machines, and he came in and helped me get one of my stitchers back up and going. So the grinders are noisy and dusty, and we replace motors on them. We replace belts.
Well, I was wondering, is it hard to get some of the stuff repaired to find the repair folks for some of this equipment?
We're the repair folks.
Yeah.
The good thing about the older equipment is we can go to Napa and grab belts. We've got a motor shop here in town. We'll go to them, get a new motor, have them rebuild a motor, whatever we need to do. But when you get into heavy production, the type of thing we're doing right now, you've got to have your machines up and going. You've got to keep them clean. You've got to keep them going at all times.
So the name you Dobbs Cobbler Shop. So you chose to use the old school cobbler name.
Yes.
Why? Because it was shoe repair before that. Why did you choose?
It sounded
it does. Cool. It caught my attention because I'm like, cobbler. It's like old, you just don't think of cobblers, but you still refer to you are cobblers, yes. But I guess, probably more would refer to themselves as shoe repair technicians, or in a modern day. I don't know what do others call themselves. Do they
usually just shoe repair or cobbler?
They do still. Okay.
That's the job title.
It is. Yeah. Okay. So there are still some who refer to themselves as cobblers, which I think is great. Okay. All right. I was kind of curious, but yeah, I love the name. And Jim, Nate, is there anything else that you feel you're going to be opening your doors soon? And so I don't, you might have some customers coming in, so I don't want to, we'll wrap things up, but is there anything else you feel you want to mention that's people should know, or anything else you want to share about the business or what you got going on here?
Anybody wants to come in, they can always drop things off here.
Yep.
You can mail them in from around the country. We do that every day. We have a partnership or friendship with Bootleggers Footwear Centers, and they have 8 stores, which are drop-off locations for us. So if you drop something off at Bootleggers in Stratham, we'll contact you, we'll get payment, we'll fix the shoes, we'll send them back to Bootleggers. Now you don't have to drive that hour each way.
Wow, all right, that's good to know. Okay.
We're willing to do that. We're willing to make anything we can more as easy as possible for you. But like I say, mail-ins, we get probably 6 to 10 a day that come in from around the country. So you can drop things off here, pick them up here.
This is fascinating. I just never knew so many people were getting their shoes fixed. So what have I been? Oh man, I guess I haven't had any shoes that really had sentimental
you deserve
value.
A pair of shoes
I deserve
that need to be repaired.
I guess I do.
The other thing that I want to put out is people come in here every day and say, this is a dying industry. No, it's not. There's opportunity galore. I can set up shops all over the state if I had the people. Training a young person. We've got a 3rd guy in the shop now. Daryl's been with us since October. He's just a machine. He comes in here every morning. He works hard. He's got an opportunity. And all of a sudden, if we start getting other people, people are interested. We're willing to train, but you've got to be interested. You've got to be here. You've got to be putting your best foot forward. Pun intended.
Right,
there.
pun intended there. Yeah. So it is the three. So
Yes.
the three of you. Okay, I meant to ask earlier how many. So it's a small crew, but you get the job done.
We also had a young lady for about 4 months up on the front desk with us.
Yep.
Missed that smile, but we need people. We need young people who have an interest and a willingness to do this.
Yeah. Any final thoughts from you, Nate? Dad wants this to be your future, so I think I hope I can come back in 20 years and see what you got going on here.
Right. No, I don't know that I have any really closing thoughts now.
But you're enjoying it, and it's been good working with Dad. You guys get along okay? Sometimes it can be tough to work with family, so I'm always impressed when family can work together and make it. Yeah,
it'll be a whole lot easier for him when I'm out of the shop.
Well, thank you both for taking the time to share the story of Dobbs Cobbler Shop, and I think it's been great. I've learned a lot, and now I got to get some shoes that I actually care enough about to want to get them fixed.
That's it.
them fixed. So all right. Well, thanks again. And,
thank you.
All right. Yeah. Well, until next time, remember, every person and every place has a story to tell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in to Grounded in Granite, where we celebrate the people, places, and stories that make New Hampshire home. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure to follow Grounded in Granite on Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram for behind-the-scenes clips, photos, and more. Subscribe to the Grounded in Granite YouTube channel to catch full video episodes. You can also find Grounded in Granite on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeart. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and stay grounded in granite.